And this next one is called the Niko Ring. Niko Ring. You think I'm making these names up? I'm not. These are actual names. How many people fish Niko Ring? N-E-K-O. Niko Ring. Is that how you spell Nico? Okay. I don't know how to spell it. I know how to say it. I think it's N-E-K-O. Niko Ring. Yes, you have a question. Okay, you fish Niko Ring. Okay. The Niko Ring is another one of these finesse techniques, okay, where the bait has very little beat motion to it. It's very natural. But this one does something a little different on the bottom. And this is, again, under tough conditions, we want subtle, we want natural, we want non-threatening, and this Niko Ring is going to give us that, okay? Let's look at the components. Same one on the meat side, on the bait side, your favorite soft plastic stick bait, whatever that is, okay? Senko, young dinger, this is the Havoc, a flat dog. You could also use a finesse worm, like a trick worm style bait with this, if you want. But I like it with this one right here, soft stick bait. Next component is a weight. Is a little weight. It's called an insert weight, and it's a lot of them are tungsten. Looks like a nail. The specialized weight for this Niko Ring actually has, like that, has a little ball on the end, right? Okay, that's an insert weight. Look at that thing. Just like a nail. It's kind of like a finishing nail with a little extra weight on the back. Okay? And then finally, the hook. But the hook on the Niko Ring is important. We'll talk about this hook real quick. There's a lot of different hooks you could use, but the hook you want to use on a Niko Ring is a 1/0 or 2/0 short shank, straight shank hook. It's a lot like a bait holder. How many people fish a bait holder style hook? Everybody, right? Everybody. If you're fishing for catfish or bluegill or trout or brim, you fish a bait fish style, bait fish style hook. All it is a 1 or 2/0 straight shank, short shank hook. That's the hook you want for this technique. We're going to take that weight, we're going to take that insert weight, that Niko Ring weight, and we're going to stick it in the back of that bait. And if you look at a soft stick bait, you've got a thin side and you've got a thick side. We're going to take that weight, we're just going to stick it right in the back of that thick side of that bait. Just push it right in, okay? And there's what we got. So now the bait is weighted from the rear. It's weighted from the rear. We're going to take our little hook, 1 or 2/0 straight shank, short shank style hook. And we're going to tie it on. Okay, you ready? I want you to count. We're going to give you a count. On the count of 3, I want you to start counting. We're going to see how long it takes to tie this improved clinch knot on this hook. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Done! How much? 11 seconds! Oh, God! I'm going to do it 8 seconds. All right. So there we go. We got our hook on. We got our bait that's weighted in the rear. Okay? And this is Niko rigging. It's very unique now. I want you to watch how we're going to rig this. We're not going to stick the hook in and rig it Texas style. Okay? That would be going into the nose of the bait, pulling it out, and rigging it weedless. We're not going to do that. We're not going to wacky rig it, which would be hooking it in the middle. But we're going to rig it 3/4 of the way, 3/4 of the way up the bait. And when we rig it, we're not going to go in sideways, but we're going to go in line with the bait, okay? So let's get our hook. Check this out. We got our hook. We got the bend facing out. And I'm going to go 3/4 of the way into the bait and turn it out, okay? And there's what we got. Look at that thing. Take a good look at how that Niko Ring is rigged on that hook. Okay, so it's sort of like wacky rigging, but we're going to go in line with the bait instead of perpendicular to it, and we want the hook point coming out 3/4 of the way up the bait. Same thing, when I get up there to show you this, on that initial fall, you always want to let it fall to semi-slack line, because it's going to do some crazy stuff as it falls, because it's tail weighted, right? It's weighted from the back. So it's going to glide a little bit backwards, sort of, on the fall. But the magic of this bait is after it hits the bottom. Let it fall to semi-slack line, boom. The bait hits the bottom. And with this technique, we're going to see in this tank, when we get up here and see how the fish respond, a really unique, subtle, neutral motion of this bait. But it looks a lot like natural forage, okay? I told you, you still want to be a fish for me? Okay. Stand up, okay? This is our forage fish right here today. And this is you could be a lot of things. I'm going to give you a lot of titles. You're a baby yellow perch. You're a small bluegill. You're a small crappie. You're a roach. You're a golden shiner. You're a lot of things. And a lot of those different forage, when they feed, they pick stuff off the bottom. How many people of you have saw small bluegill in the springtime raiding a nest or eating off the bottom? What do they do? What do they do? When they go down to the bottom of the feed, they peck. And they quick get away because they don't want to stay down there pecking because they're going to get eaten by a bigger predator. So they go down and they peck, and then they get away. So go ahead and do that. Your food, wait, what do you like to eat, first of all? Let's pretend this is it. What do you like to eat? What's your favorite meal? Pizza. A big slice of pizza right down there. Man, it's awesome. It's cheesy, it's hot, it's warm, it's delicious. And you're going to peck at it. But you want to peck at it, and then you want to kind of get away because you know something's coming in. So go ahead and do it. Peck at it. That's it, that's it. Now get away. Perfect. Man, I mean, every year you get better at being a fish. This is amazing. But that's what they do, naturally in the environment. So, okay, thank you. So watch this thing when we throw it in the tank. Watch it on the fall, and watch it on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is when that thing hits the bottom, I want to make it peck. So just like we did with the other thing, I'm going to use my rod tip, and I'm going to make that bait act like it's pecking. And I'm going to put kind of these bigger shakes into the rod tip, and then I want to make it look like it's getting away. So I'm going to pull it up a little bit, let it fall again, and then make it peck. Think about that forward, and that's what I want this bait to do. But again, look, no curly tail, no rattle, no color, no big noise. Subtle, neutral bait. The Niko Ring, okay? Let's watch it. If I can make it up without falling. Okay, watch it on the fall. It's tail weight, so it's got a little bit of a crazy action on the fall. And then watch it on the bottom, okay? Make that cast, let it fall on a semi-slack line. Kind of crazy glide. And I want to make it peck. And then I'm going to make it escape. I'm going to hit the bottom. I want to make it peck. And then I'm going to let it escape. I'm going to let it hit the bottom. And I'm going to make it peck. And I'm going to make it escape and let it hit the bottom. The nice thing is, because we have it rigged, where a quarter of that bait in the front is free floating, when I lift, that section is going to quiver on the lift. Okay, let's look at it one more time. Let it fall to semi-slack line, kind of has a weird little glide going down. I want to make it peck. Look at that bluegill. Oh God, oh, I got a bluegill. And I'm going to get it, make it escape. I'm going to peck, and I'm going to make it escape. I'm going to hit the bottom, I'm going to peck, and make it escape. Killer rig that looks real. Looks like an actual little bait fish. Feeding on the bottom. Put away in something. Any questions on Niko Ring? Any questions on Niko Ring? Yes? Great question. The question was, is BMC making any of these products, the weight or the hook? I'm making BMC. I forced them. I said, you make this or I break your legs. they're going to be making this. Actually, at ICAST this year, which is in July, BMC is going to have, it's called a Niko weight, and they're actually going to make this exact hook, which is called a Niko hook. So in July, you'll see these products. Any questions on Niko Ring? We're going to get to the next ones. Any questions? Any questions? Yes? Okay, weight size. On the weight size, just like the other technique, to me this is the best from a very, very small weight, 3/32 to 16 ounce, up to a quarter. And the reason I would go to a heavier versus a lighter weight would be the water depth or the wind speed, right? So I'm giving you a hypothetical here. 0 to 10 foot, super calm, no wind, a 16, an 8, perfect. Same condition, 0 to 10 foot with a heavy wind. Now I'm losing control of the bait, right? I go to a heavier weight to keep control of the lure. I'll go to a 3/16 or a quarter. The other thing is water depth. When I start getting really deep, 20 foot, 30 foot, I tend to go to those heavier weight sizes. But nothing heavier than a quarter for the Niko Ring. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. No time.